This is Shay M. Lawson, Esquire, and you are listening to a Minute of Your Time, a micro podcast where I am helping creative entrepreneurs legally protect their passion and profits. Today's episode of the podcast is going to be just a snippet of time that I spent at the Emory University School of Business in an Atlanta music class. And so I was invited out by Professor Benyonis to just talk a bit about my practice working with music professionals and social influencers. And I had the opportunity to really get into how I negotiate influencer deals for social media posts. So whether you are a musician or you are just popping on Instagram, there are brands out there that are willing to pay you to post on social media. And so now that Instagram has gotten rid of likes and there are a lot of new influencers involved in these brand deals, how am I negotiating? How am I deciding what my clients are worth for each of their posts? I dive into it on today's episode. I hope you enjoy, and I'll come back in at the end for a quick wrap up.
Entertainment attorneys in the area specializing in intellectual property. She's going to share a little bit of her experiences and talk a little bit about Atlanta music. Let's give it up for Shay. Thank you so much.
Do you guys mind if I record this? All right, awesome. Thanks. I'm working on a podcast. All right. As he mentioned, my name is Shay. I am an attorney. I focus on intellectual property. So what that means is that I do copyright, trademark, and contracts, grasping it with visual content. I'll go here and then come back.
I was intrigued also that you represent social media influencers, and just curious, because in the U.S. now, like, Facebook is hiding the likes on Facebook posts, Instagram posts, things like that. Mm-hmm. And then, as you said, like, people seem to just now be figuring out how to measure things properly. I feel like that's a big part of it. What do the people you're working with think about that kind of stuff? Like, what's going on the inside, I suppose?
Oh, they're not really worried about that. Likes don't matter when it comes to money. So likes are very much a social thing. When I'm negotiating deals for my clients, they're looking for actual engagement beyond a like. They're looking at the actual comments. How many of your comments are spam bots versus actual real engagement? If I tell you the link is in my bio or I ask you to swipe up, how many people actually swipe up or click the link? They want hard numbers on conversion because they want to know. So for example, I know that he has, 7 million followers or so. I know that for his 7 million followers, 700,000 people are likely to interact with your product. Of those 700,000, I know now a quarter mil are actually now going to either interact with your site or buy the product. So I can now translate a single post and amount of followers into a direct amount of revenue your company will make. And that's how I'm determining how much my clients are going to charge for their post or how long they'll leave it up. But the likes is largely just a social thing. It's I think with the advent of all these spam accounts and bots, companies don't really care about likes or followers really anymore. Well, I'm sure that it's pretty surprising to hear, especially as someone who represents social media influencers, that Instagram taking away likes really hasn't impacted business for my clients. It really hasn't. With the amount of fake followers and fake likes, brands have gotten smart. They want to see the type of engagement your post gets. Are they real people or are they spam comments? How many people are actually going and buying a product because you have engaged with it, you have talked about it, you have integrated it into your actual content? And those are the things that brands care about. Those revenue streams and those hard numbers are how I negotiate every single influence deal and decide whether it's worth my client's time or not and what the price point should be. I've written a great blog post about this on the key difference between if you are an influencer and you are just getting offered free products versus getting paid. What is that one thing that's stopping you from crossing over from brands paying you, go over to www.shaymlawson.com and check that out. I also have a freebie on the way for those on my subscriber list of my exact script that I use when brands reach out to my client. So if you are interested in getting paid for social influence, be sure you're following me online. Be sure you listen into the podcast and are subscribed to shaymlawson.com and following me on Instagram at Shay M Lawson. And this has been A Minute of Your Time, a micro podcast helping creative entrepreneurs protect their passions and profits.